Hivers, welcome to Honeybee Stamping Hive, where creative buzz is always in the air. I am Tashana Lundy, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today, we'll be making this project. I seen it on Pinterest and I can't remember where I found the instructions, but I will put a link to the original person who gave me the instructions for this. But I have altered it because on hers, there's no way to get into here to get the chocolates out. There's 5 Hershey Nuggets in here, and you have to rip the box open in order to get it out. And I didn't like that, so I had to adjust mine. And it fits a little tag in here, just with a little message. And you can put another piece of white on the back if you want to write a personal message and sign. Yep. That's the project I shared on November 18th for the Stampers by the Dozen blog hop for the gift packaging ideas. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is start off by showing you how I wrapped the Hershey Kisses, because I've already done 4 ahead of time. And I'm doing the last one. This is a 3 by 1 inch piece of the Merry Music Designer Series paper. And I just put a strip of it, tear and tape right on the edge of one side on the back. And you just wrap it around, line them up, and you're done, okay? So we're going to get started. The first thing we have here is a basic black sheet of cardstock that measures 11 by 7.5. And we're going to get our Simply Score tool, and we're going to score this on the long side, starting at 2 7/8 inches, 7 1/4, 8 inches, 9 1/2, and 10 1/4. Okay, we're going to turn it to the short side. We're going to score it at 1/2 inch, 1 1/4, 6 1/4, and 7. Okay, that's all our scoring done. Put that board away. And I'm not sure if you can see again on this black cardstock. So I have made a little template here. And this is how all the dotted black lines are the score lines. The red is where we're going to cut away, okay? So let's go ahead and get started on cutting that. We're going to cut the 3 outside squares and leave this one, just cut it on the side. So we're going to do that here. Away. As you can see, you need to cut all the way up this score line to that right there. We'll do the same on this one and this one. Then we'll cut this little piece off. Oh, that's not quite straight. Let's get that a little straighter. And then we're just gonna wedge in on these little squares here. Okay, and as you can see on our template, we're going to get rid of the entire bottom part of this, okay? Probably should have used my longer scissors for this. If you're not comfortable with cutting with your scissors, you can also use your paper trimmer. Okay, so let's move this out of the way for now. We're going to repeat and do the same thing on this side, the exact same thing. So we're going to cut all of our score lines here, straight up. I'm going to get rid of these 2 squares here, this one on the end of that, skip this middle one, and get rid of this one. Okay, we're going to wedge into these squares here. And we also want to make a little wedge on this and on this. Okay, then we just cut away this entire strip at the top. see my score lines who went off a little bit. That's okay. It's straight. We're going to be cutting this side off anyway. As you can see on the template, we're going to cut at a diagonal here. So what I'm going to do is get a ruler, and from the top of here we're going to measure down 2 1/4, and I'm just going to make a little mark with my bone folder at 2 1/4, just a little mark there. We're going to get our paper trimmer, because this is going to be folding over in. Let me see. Yeah, it's going to be folding over this way. We want to cut from our little mark here, put that in the track, and line it up with where the score line meets right here, and just trim it off. Okay. Okay. Now we can go ahead and burnish all of our score lines. Fold and burnish everything. You want nice crisp fold lines. This is a great idea to give like a treat and a card at the same time. I really love this idea. I was happy when I found it. I seen it a while ago, but I never tried to make it because it looked complicated. Then once I seen it, I was like, oh, that's pretty easy. So happy I decided to go ahead and make it. Okay, and we're gonna do some corner rounding on the flaps here. I have my retired Project Life quarter rounder. If you don't have a corner rounder or a handheld one, you can go ahead and use the one on the envelope punch board that Stampin' Up! Carries. I'm gonna do that on both ends. If I can get myself together. Oh, that didn't go straight. Okay. Alrighty. Now we're going to add some designer series paper from the Merry Music paper. This paper, I've already cut it. It goes on the front here. We're just going to layer it here on the front. And then we have, oh, I'm sorry, the size for this one on the front. What size is this DSP? This designer series paper is, I believe it was 3 by, no, this one is 2 3/4 by 4 3/4. Okay, and then we need one that's going to go in the background here. And that's going to be 3 by 4 3/4. And then we have one that goes over the front of the box here. And this is cut at 4 3/4 by 1 5/8. And we also have a window sheet that is 4 by 1 7/16. We have I went ahead and stamped my sentiment for the front and cut it out with the stitched shape framelits and added my dimensionals and some pearls. And the tag that goes inside, I've already stamped and colored with our Stampin' blends. Punched out the tag with the scallop tag topper punch. And the tag, the basic black portion is 2 by 5, and then you punch it. And the whisper white is 4 1/8 by 1 3/4. Okay. So let's go ahead and get our paper adhered. Okay, I'm back. I've adhered all of my designer series paper, and I went ahead and cut out a window after I adhered the paper with the second smallest of the lots of labels, and you just do it twice. And I use this to measure where I wanted to put it, about that much from the bottom or the top, whichever one. And then this one, I fold it that way just to show me, give me a little bit of measurement so I can have it right every time. Then you're going to have to cut the insides a little because it's going to have like little things poking in, so you have to cut it. I went ahead and put some tear and tape here, and I adhered my paper on the inside. And when I was adhering the paper, I found out that I made a mistake when I was doing my scoring. I scored this at 2 3/4 instead of 2 7/8. I said 2 7/8, but I scored at 2 3/4. 2 7/8 is the correct scoring mark. So I had to adjust my paper to fit this. So it's going to be a little extra space here, but that's okay. We'll make it work. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and adhere this flap, and we're going to just use, oh, excuse me, a thin line of multi-purpose glue, the liquid glue, because we want our tag to still fit inside. Okay, let me just check with our tag that still fits. Yes, it does. Okay, and then on this side I put tearing tape, but because I also want some wiggle room, I'm going to add some liquid glue right over the tearing tape. But the tearing tape will just give it that fast adhesion, so I won't have to hold it as long with the liquid glue. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and fold in my tabs here to try to go ahead and get the box so it'll be square. Ooh, this is a little messy. Okay, this is not coming. Oh, there it is. Because I want to make sure that this part is square. So I want to be able to scoot it over to make sure our box part is going to be correct. And I got adhesive all over my hands. And I'm going to get my bone folder here. Take this thread out and just slide it in. And make sure this is adhered down very well. And go in from the top and the bottom. Make sure that is adhered down. Okay. Ooh, can't get this glue off my fingers. Okay. So now I'm going to pose up the bottom. And we're going to add in our Hershey Nuggets. I'm doing white, black, white, black. We're going to end with the white. And just close it up. And there you go. Put your tag in. And then we're going to add our little decoration on the front. That's our stitch shaped circle we cut out. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get this glue off my fingers. Remove the backing of the Stampin' dimensionals. Okay, and I'm just going to sit this right here. And there we go. That is our, I guess this is a, I don't know, a Nugget card. Hershey's Nugget box and card. But that's it. That's our project for today. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe. As always, I want to thank you for buzzing by the Hive today. Until next time, buzz you later.